Thank you. So it has been a very long journey to get where we are today, and it's worth reflecting on the growth of the community, the growth of the projects, and to think about what are some of the challenges for us as we move forward. Sue spoke about the organization because that's what she does and all that. I'm going to speak more about the community and the projects. I remember several years ago when Florence, who's here, and Angela, who's also here somewhere, and I had our first little meeting in a room in Paris, and they had just been elected to the board. And that was the moment at which really we started on this trend, which we maintain to this day, of community control of the organization, ultimately through the legal structures, but I think even more importantly than that, through our philosophy about how decisions get made, how things get done in the projects. I talked to lots of people at lots of different places, people who are doing .com companies and things like this. And one of the interesting and striking differences between us and almost every other organization is that if you talk to somebody at eBay about the community that they have, or at YouTube about the community that they have, there's a subtle little point in there that at first something seems odd to me when I listen to them until I remember. They think of the community as they're the people out there, and we're the organization in here. And that's a spirit that we've never had, that we really have always felt like when I refer to us, I'm referring not to us, the organization, but to us, the community. Since that early beginning with the first elected board members, we've been through a lot. And part of what we've been through has been this enormous growth that continues to this day. And it's a growth that actually misleads a lot of people in the general public, and in fact misleads a lot of people within the community. Because the website works really well, and it looks really great, and it's wonderful, and the community functions really well, people assume that there's a lot more organization to things than there actually is. But we all know, because we built this thing, that the organization is decentralized, that lots and lots of things are organized, lots and lots of things are going on in lots of different places. It's not chaos, well, it's just confusing, that's all. When we think about what are the challenges that we face going forward, one of the things that I think we really want to think about is how, as we grow, our community will inherently become more and more and more diverse. There was a period of time in which the core community of really active Wikipedians could primarily be found in the U.S. and Europe and some in Japan. That was in the very early days. Then it grew and grew and grew, and now we're getting communities getting bigger and stronger in different places all over the world, and we're beginning to see those communities struggle as communities with a lot of the same issues that we in the earlier communities and the larger communities struggled with a long time ago. So one of the challenges that I think we have is, and one of the opportunities for us, is to be international in your work, in your focus. Don't think only about your own Wikipedia, but also think about other people in other Wikipedia languages. Many of them are facing the same kinds of problems, and I'm not talking about the kinds of problems that Sue would face or know about. I'm talking about the classic internal community difficulties about what do we do with this problem user who everybody loves the stuff that this guy's writing, but he's such an annoying person, and what do we do about it? And are the admins, do we have enough admins? Do we have too many admins? Are the admins doing the right thing? How do we reflect on all those things? So there's a lot of wisdom throughout all the different language communities about things that have been tried and failed and things that have been tried and worked. And I think it's really important for experienced community members to actually be proactive about going out and being an ambassador for your language, meet other people, find other people, offer to help, offer to tell them things that didn't work for you or did work for you. And it's the people who attend Wikimania who are the best positioned to do that, because you've been here and you've had lunch with and you've had dinner with and you've met and you've shared a smile with people who are like you but who work in a different language. So to sum up, I would say I'm very excited about the future of the organization. I think one of the great heroes of this movement, who should always be remembered, is Florence Devoard. She took the chairmanship of the organization, a chairpersonship of the organization, at a time when basically we had very little staff. We lost important staff. We had a lot of chaos in the organization. Florence actually, ended up doing far more than a board chair ever should have to do in terms of literally managing the organization on a day-to-day basis, which is, by the way, nearly impossible to do from Clermont-Ferrand with some kids and a husband and a whole other life, which fortunately, she somehow manages to find 30 or 40-hour days, as far as I can tell. And she worked with everyone throughout this process, through a lot of bumpy arguments and a lot of different interesting things that happened, to bring us to a position where we now have a professional staff. We have expanded the board. We have a situation where the fundraising is good. We've got major grants. We have lots of pieces in place that help us to make sure that Wikipedia is not just sustainable. I've never felt that sustainability is really that difficult. It's because, well, we can always just put ads on the site and we always survive that way. Sustainability is not the question. It's sustainability with our soul intact. It's sustainability as Wikipedia, as Wikimedia Foundation, as the Wikimedia projects, with all the values that we all care about and believe in so passionately. So I would like to close by first asking Florence to stand up and take a bow, and for everyone to give her a nice ovation. Thank you. And to our incoming chair, Michael Snow, I'll just say, don't worry, it's a really easy job. Okay, thank you, and back over to you, Sue.